With as much traveling as you do, it's almost a necessity to have toll tags for ease of travel while on roads in Colorado, Florida, Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, not to mention other states that we haven't been to yet. We lived in Texas and Colorado, and because of that, we have toll road accounts in both states. We also lived in Wisconsin, which means we also bought an IPass from Illinois because we were on those roads pretty frequently. The problem with all of these transponders is that some of them work with other toll roads and some do not. In our case, many of them overlap. To go even further into that, some work in parts of other states and not in other parts. We don't have all of the information for all of the states or all of the toll authorities. We don't even have all of the information for the 4 that I'm going to cover in this video. But we are going to cover 4, and that is the Sunpass, Express Toll, Easy Pass or TXTag, and the IPass. For the sake of easing into this, we're going to start with the Colorado Pass, which is Express Toll. This clearly works on the toll roads in Colorado, E470 and the Northwest Parkway, but it also works for express lane tolls as well. Express Toll works in Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas as well, and recently have found that it works in parts of Florida. It's unclear from the website whether you need a full-blown transponder or if just the sticker will work, but because the transponder is really just used to flip back and forth between HOV and express lanes, I don't think it has to be the transponder. But again, that's just what we think. We don't actually know that based on any of the literature that is written on the Express Toll website. Also, because we're in Texas right now, we would love to confirm that the Express Toll sticker works in Texas. However, we called the state of Colorado and they let us know it could take up to 30 days before we see tolls from Texas show up on that bill. As of right now, we might be getting a large fine for driving on toll roads that we didn't have a pass for. I just changed clothes because it's a lot colder outside than I thought it was. Next up on the list is the Florida Sunpass. We chose to get the Sunpass Pro transponder because the Sunpass Pro works in Florida as well as 21 other states. But that's not a holistic comment, because we just found out that it doesn't work in many parts of Texas. Really, it only works in the Dallas area. I'm going to look off screen while I read this, but just so you know, this works in many other states. The Sunpass also works in Oklahoma, Kansas, Minnesota, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, Georgia, North Carolina, Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, New Jersey, and Maine. Texas is the anomaly here because it doesn't work on HCTRA roads or TXTag roads, which is mostly what we've been driving on while we've been here. At this point, prior to getting to the HCTRA or the IPass, you should be getting a sense that this whole toll road payment process and toll road authority is a catastrophe in trying to figure out which transponder works, where it works, and what areas it works in. But I'm going to continue. So next up is the TXTag, which is the Houston County Toll Road Authority. TXTag and HCTRA recently merged. That happened in November. It's our understanding that either of these work on any roads, basically reciprocating the tolls for both. But that wasn't the case 2 months ago. This just happened. So I'm going to put that in perspective. There are 2 tolling authorities within a couple hundred miles of each other in the same state that did not work together. So you were requiring drivers that close to operate with 2 stickers to get their tolls paid for in 2 different areas. The only thing we can't confirm for the HCTRA TXTag is whether it works at the Addison Tunnel in Dallas. From what I've read, it works everywhere in the state now other than that, but the reading is very vague as to where things work, and I would even say much of it is out of date, not current, because the TXTag for HCTRA still doesn't show up as Colorado being a place where it reciprocates. So who knows? As we round out our collection, we're going to look at the IPass, which we purchased when we were living in Wisconsin and driving on the roads in Illinois. The IPass works in 19 states It's basically an overlap of the Sunpass states I mentioned earlier, except for the IPass only works on one road in Florida, which is the Central Florida Expressway. And it eliminates Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. So it's mostly like the northeastern states and then the Midwest, with the exception of that one road in Florida, which is an odd one. Our goal in this video is really to highlight what a stressor all these toll tags can be and how so little information is given anywhere on the internet, on any of the websites for any of these tolling authorities. It doesn't tell you where it works. It doesn't tell you how it works. We actually made a call to the Colorado Tolling Authority about driving in Texas, and they told us it could take up to 30 days before we saw the tolls from Texas show up on that account. So as of right now, we're still in limbo about whether this thing works here or not. We also don't know at this point whether if you have two passes that work in the same area in the windshield of the car at the same time, if you're going to be charged twice. The tolling authorities tell you that if you have two transponders and you're billed twice, that's your liability and they're not going to remove them. Ultimately, we're working on making decisions about which passes we need and when they need to be in the windshield. But this is really a pain. We would really like if anyone had any further information or a holistic view of this, give us a comment and let us know. What do you do to minimize duplication and maximize reciprocation for tolls in different states? Thanks for watching, and hopefully we've provided some valuable information to your decision-making process, or at least given you something to be annoyed about.